myself Shweta Balansu from Maneklal Mehta MPA Secondary School. In initial lectures, we have studied geography, we have studied the chapters human settlement. Again, yesterday we have seen tourism. So, finally, we have discussed various aspects of geography. Now, if you see your question paper pattern of geography, you may have a map reading there. Means you have to a map is given, different types of maps are given, and according to the map, questions are asked on the based on the map. Okay, so map reading is an important topic in geography. So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss map reading, what types of questions are asked on the map, and how you have to answer the questions. In geography, if you see, it is not just based on question and answers. Okay, you are having graphs, maps. Again, you have to fill the map either of India or of Brazil. You can get a map of India or Brazil, and based on the map, you have to write the answers. See, one thing important regarding map reading is that there are no understanding based question or what is your view or like that. You get a question in English, what is your point of view or what you think, these types of questions. There are directly questions that we have to observe in the map and we have to write the answers. In this lecture, we are going to discuss in detail how to observe the map, how to write perfect answers of the given question, and how you can get complete marks of that particular question. In geography, in detail, we study two countries, that is India and Brazil. So in board question, there is a compulsory question, that is of map. A map is given and based on that map, questions are asked. Based on map, questions are asked. So you have to observe the map carefully, very carefully, and then you have to answer the question. Okay. First, we are going to discuss the this annual average rainfall and temperature of India. Okay. Now we'll see. Now we'll see the India map in detail. Just I will zoom in the screen. See, first thing is that you should observe the map carefully. One thing I will like to tell you that, see, now this is a color image and you can observe it very carefully, and the image is clear and details are visible. We can read the details easily. But in case of board exam, the paper will be black and white. Now here they have given different color bands. Hmm, Dark color to light color, different color shades are present in this map. There you can easily differentiate between these color shades in this map because it is a color map. Okay. So in case of board exam, there will be black and white paper. So you may face some difficulties differentiating the shades. आपको दो शेड्स एक साथ एक जैसे ही लग सकते हैं, इसलिए मैं आपको एक बता वन आई विल टेल यू वन थिंग दैट थोड़ा सा ग्राफ रीडिंग आप अभी हम सीख रहे हैं वो ध्यान में रखो, मतलब कौन सा एरिया में क्या है कुछ एरिया में कैसे पैरामीटर्स है, ये अभी ध्यान में रख लो तो आपको कंफ्यूजन नहीं होगा, बिकॉज इन बोर्ड एग्जाम पेपर the details will not be available visible very easily. Okay, so that is why pay attention now, so it will be beneficial for you in board exam. Okay, now initially first we can see the index. Index is what the box Bay of Bengal के नीचे जो box है rainfall in millimeters, hmm, that is given, that is called as an index. This index is very important. When a question comes to you to draw, show the following details on the map or show the following location on the map, in that case also, it is expected that you will draw index. Index is used as a reference for the map. So in index it is given rainfall in mm. Mm means what? Millimeter. Dark color indicates more rainfall, and as the shade gets spent, the rainfall becomes less. Hmm. And topmost you can see it is almost sky blue, dark blue to sky blue. In between there are number of shades, and less than 500 millimeter, that is the lowest reading of the rainfall, and the highest reading of the rainfall is above above 4000 millimeter. So this is the thing. Then temperature is given. How the temperature is given? The line is denoted, and the pink color or red color line you can see there. So that line indicates the temperature. लाइन पर जो नंबर लिखा है वहां पे वो इस वो उस एरिया का एवरेज टेम्परेचर है। हम्म, अभी आप बीच में देखोगे 26 लिखा है, उसका मीनिंग क्या है? वो जो एरिया है, नियर बाय एरिया, उसका टेम्परेचर 26 होता है। So this is the way to read the map. Index is what? The note to read the map. अब ये इंडेक्स अगर नहीं होता है, ऐसा ही मैप अगर दिखा है, तो आप उसके डिटेल्स नहीं लिख सकते। ओके, so that is why the index is important. The next is onset of monsoon winds. Hmm. See, monsoon rains or monsoon winds are responsible for इंडियन रेनफॉल। हमारे देश में जो भी बारिश होती है वो मानसून की वजह से होती है ज्यादातर। ओके, so monsoon rainfall is very important. मानसून का डायरेक्शन देखो उन्होंने दिखाया है। वेस्ट की, वेस्ट मतलब अरेबियन सी जो है, लक्षद्वीप आइलैंड है, और नीचे कन्याकुमारी साइड, श्रीलंका साइड, वेस्ट एंड साउथ, वहां से क्या होता है, विंड ब्लो होता है नीचे से। इसलिए हमेशा जब भी बारिश आती है, अगर आप न्यूज देख रहे हैं तो न्यूज में बताते हैं कि मानसून जो है केरला में आया है और 2 दिन बाद महाराष्ट्र में आएगा। मतलब मूवमेंट जो है मानसून की वो साउथ से नॉर्थ में होती है। दैट इज व्हाई द डायरेक्शन देखो, ऊपर ऊपर डायरेक्शन है मानसून विंड्स। सो दीज आर द 3 पैरामीटर्स shown in this graph. First is rainfall, the next is the temperature, and then last it is the wind. Okay, so this is the map. So just you initially when you get the paper, just observe this detail, see the index, try to spot the details in the map. And what is the name of the map? Name of the map is Annual Average Rainfall and Temperature of India. Okay. Have we seen questions related to this map? See, these map questions are very simple. In geography paper, you can get 40 out of 40. Long answers बहुत कम होते हैं. And one thing I will tell you that in geography, whatever answers are there, long answers, write it, write all answers point wise. Okay, point wise लिखो answers, आपको अच्छे marks मिलेंगे. Okay, I will continue with this graph. Whenever you get this, observe all details in graph. Try to understand the graph. अभी हमें कलर डिफरेंशिएशन, कलर शेड्स है, वो बारिश मतलब रेनफॉल, रेनफॉल का मेजर डिस्प्ले करते हैं। पिंक लाइन denotes the average temperature and the arrow shows the monsoon winds. So understand these things initially, and then what it is, the name of the graph. This is also important. Okay, now we'll see the question related to this. Okay. Now see the first question. What does this map show? Answer of this question you can find in the map itself. See, many students while writing, they do spelling mistakes. Okay, so spelling mistakes are not expected from you. In case of geography, In case of geography, spellings are present in that map only. So don't make any spelling mistake. What does this map show? What does this map show? So whatever the title of the map, whatever is the title of the map, that is the annual average rainfall and temperature. ये जो नाम है मैप का वही आपको लिखना है। और जब भी आप आंसर लिखेंगे वो आंसर जो है कंप्लीट सेंटेंस में लिखना चाहिए। एक क्वेश्चन एक मार्क के लिए होता है। ओके, so you have to write in a complete sentence. This map shows the annual average rainfall and temperature of India, like this. Okay. Now we'll see the next question. What is the method of showing the distribution of this map? This is a different question. That is, you cannot find direct answer of this question in this map. ये कौन सा method है? This method is called as a choropleth method. There should be no spelling mistake in writing this. Choropleth. What is actually meaning of this word? Different shades are used to indicate the intensity of rainfall. That is the meaning. Also this method, that is an choropleth method, it can be used to the display or it can be used to denote the temperature. Higher the temperature, dark will be the color of that particular area. Low temperature, low color. Choropleth maps represent statistical data through various shading patterns or symbols or predetermined geographical areas. Shading patterns. Various shading patterns. In this graph, we can see the shading pattern blue. Shades of blue. Different shades of blue, dark blue to sky blue. So this is a typical method. So just keep this word in mind. Also note the spelling of this. Okay. And you should write in a complete sentence. Okay. Now next, which part of India has lower average temperature? Which part of India has lower average temperature? For this question, for each sorry, there was some interruption. I will start again my PPT. So low temperature. Low temperature, you know that northern India, there is Himalaya are present. Jammu Kashmir, there is always a snowfall in that area. So certainly the temperature in that area is very low. Okay. Then next is the eastern part, that are the seven sisters known as Assam, Manipur, Sikkim, that area. That area is always flooded with Brahmaputra, also close to Himalaya, and so that is why temperature there is also very low. And also you can see that because of that Brahmaputra river and Ganga, rainfall is also more in that region. So that is why, and you can see the temperature line. It is given there 20, 20. Again here in Jammu Kashmir it is 20. So you can find the answer and write accordingly. Okay. Now next question is, what kind of rain is caused by wind in India? See, initially I told you monsoon. Just a few things are there. Just to keep in mind, they are very simple, and you can get complete marks regarding this. So monsoon winds cause rain in India. That is why we get the rain, and monsoon rain. Majority of the rain in India is caused by monsoon only. So monsoon they come from the southern direction, western direction, and they have rain. India receives rainfall from maximum rainfall received in India is by the monsoon wave. The direction is from south to north. They start going from south to north. Initially, the rain falls in Kerala, then after 2 days in Karnataka, then in Maharashtra, and then slowly it goes in upper direction, that is the Gujarat. Then after means if suppose monsoon starts by June, by the month of June. By the weather forecast, we get the details about the summer summer season, how it is going to end, and how the rainy season is going to start. We get such details by the weather forecast. So they say that monsoon has arrived in Kerala. Now in Kerala, it passes 2-3 days, then it reaches Karnataka. Then it takes 2-3 days to cross, and then it comes in the Maharashtra, and then it goes further. So if, by generally, uh, Kerala receives rainfall in June, and in Gujarat and Rajasthan, it is by the month of July because the clouds they have to travel the journey. Okay, so the reason is like that. See, in which direction the winds blow in India? Which directions the winds blow in India? See, generally wind starts blowing from sea itself. समंदर से ही वारा जो है विंड जो है it start blowing. So Arabian Sea is there in that direction, south and west direction. The wind starts blowing and it impacts the climate of India. Now, last question of this: in which direction the temperature rises in India? So temperature rises. Initially, we have seen the question of low temperature. Now high temperature. See, we all students you know that India has a desert that is called as a Rajasthan. So that desert temperature is high there in that area always. Why rainfall is very less, very few plantation, very less trees are present there. Water resources are very less. Everywhere sand is present. That is called as a desert, Great Indian Desert. So in that area, the temperature is very high. If you go in the month of June, also the temperature is up to 40, 45, like that. So, the temperature in Rajasthan and some part of Gujarat, the temperature is high. Also, the temperature is high in the southern region. You can see here 29, Odisha, here Telangana, somewhere. So temperature is also high in that area. See, just if they are asking about the temperature in this map, just you have to go through the just you have to go through the this pink line. Then you will get the answer. The first thing is that many students they write wrong answers or they don't attempt this question. Don't do like that. If you get a question paper, directly you will to see the map and you can see that all answers are present in that map itself. You can get complete marks for this question. Okay. I hope you have understood this map. Very simple map. Now we'll go to the next map. Initially, we have seen map about the rainfall, temperature, winds like this. So some climatic factors related to climatic factors. Now we are going to see the map related to transport, communication, roadways like that. See, first you can see this map and in below they have given the index. So this is the way you should write the index. This is the way you should write the index. Okay. See, perfectly they have mentioned their index. In index, you have to mention what you are showing in the map. The railways are shown, airport, important stations of railway. Important stations of railway are shown and airports are shown. Now we see few questions related to this map. See, this is the map of India. It shows important railway routes. The connection between the two stations, it is called as the railway routes. Okay, and the black dots are called as a railway station, that are the important station. And airport is shown by the symbol of arrow. Important railway routes and airport. This is the name of the map. Now we see in detail which type of questions you can get and how you have to answer. One thing again I will tell you, you have to answer in a complete sentence. Don't just write one word or two words, write complete sentence. Okay, now we see further. What does the map show? The map shows the important railway routes and airports in India. It is given here on the right side above. All question answers are present in the map itself. Without making any spelling mistakes, you have to write the answer. Okay? First question, mainly they ask regarding this only. What does the map show? What details are shown in the map? What is the name of the map? So just in the right hand side, you have to see above the map what is written. So in spite of map, always map will be given and in map details will be given. So related to that map, you will get an index right hand below. That is the place of in writing the index. And above that, you will get the name of the map. Now we see the next question. Name any two important, name any two airports on the eastern coast. Now see, which is the eastern coast and which is the western coast. This is the important. Mumbai is on the western coast. You can remember. Mumbai to Kanyakumari, it is called as the western coast. And Mumbai to West Bengal, Kanyakumari to West Bengal, it is called as an eastern coast. Arabian Sea is on the western coast and Visakhapatnam, Bay of Bengal, this is on the eastern coast. West coast, Mumbai is present, so you can keep this in mind. West means which Mumbai is on the west side. These are India is differentiated. This is the coastal line of India, that is Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, not Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala. These states are lined by the coastline, which is on the west side. On other hand, Tamil Nadu, Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, all these things, all these states, they are blessed with the eastern coast. You also get a question like eastern coast, right? Difference between eastern coast, western coast, or why cargoes or ship ports are not on eastern coast and more on western coast. Although these are two coasts of India, east and west, there is a vast difference between these two coasts. Eastern coast means this Chennai and Odisha coast. It is mostly hit by cyclones. वहाँ पर जो साइक्लोन्स आते हैं बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं एज कम्पेयर टू द वेस्ट कोस्ट. इसमें बे ऑफ बंगाल है, वो ज़्यादा डीप नहीं है. ये जो ईस्टर्न कोस्ट है ज़्यादा डीप नहीं है कंपेयर टू द वेस्टर्न कोस्ट. वेस्टर्न कोस्ट बहुत ज़्यादा डीप है. ऑल्सो द शिप्स used for fishing in eastern coast and western coast are different. Eastern coast के जो ships है ओडिशा एंड ऑल दैट एरिया, तो वो ships ज़्यादा strong है एज कम्पेयर टू वेस्टर्न कोस्ट, क्योंकि वहाँ बारिश साइक्लोन्स ज़्यादा होते हैं. सो टू विस्टैंड दैट उन्हें ज़्यादा उनकी नुकसान नहीं होना चाहिए. उनकी जो स्ट्रक्चर्स है वो वेसल्स है वो उसकी तरह है. सो ईस्टर्न कोस्ट वेस्टर्न कोस्ट इंडिया का है, लेकिन दोनों में बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंस. अभी ये क्वेश्चन है कि ईस्टर्न कोस्ट पर एयरपोर्ट कौन से हैं. अभी ईस्टर्न कोस्ट कौन सा है ये आपको मालूम होना चाहिए, इसलिए मैंने अभी डिटेल्स में बताया है। So observing that you can write Chennai and Visakhapatnam are airports on eastern coast. Complete sentence. Write in a complete sentence. अभी आप ईस्टर्न कोस्ट पर देखेंगे तो आप ऐसा मैप में देख सकते हैं। तो चेन्नई पर आपको एरोप्लेन का साइन दिखाई देगा और विशाखापट्टनम को में दिखाई देगा। So you can write like that answer. While writing these locations also don't make any kind of spelling mistake. जैसा है वैसा ही स्पेलिंग भी है। Now next question. In which states railway routes do not exist? Now see here. Regarding railway, initial also in Brazil, in case of Brazil, we have discussed that railway जो है, it requires a plain area. Plain area होनी चाहिए उसके रूट्स, उनके रूट पर, तभी वो रेलवे ट्रैक बना सकते हैं और ठीक से वो रेलवे जो है उसकी मूवमेंट हो सकते हैं। अगर पहाड़ी इलाका है, ज्यादा माउंटेन्स है, फॉरेस्ट है, okay, we were discussing this map. Now we'll see the important southern. What is the southernmost railway station in India? So you can again see the map, and the last is the Kanyakumari. So Kanyakumari is the southernmost and last station of the India. Now next question. Oh, okay, we were discussing this in which states the rules do not railway routes do not exist. So in the northern region, where the region is mostly hilly, in the Jammu Kashmir, Uttarakhand, that area, and in the eastern part of Maharashtra, sorry, India, the railway routes do not exist because of the topography of that particular region. It is very hilly, fragile. That is why these are the main reasons. The next is which is the important railway station on the route of Mumbai and Mangalore. See, if you see the map, Mumbai to Mangalore here, Vasco da Gama is the station that is in Goa, Vasco. So the answer is Vasco da Gama is an important railway station on the route of Mumbai and Mangalore. See, each and every time you have to write a complete sentence. Answer should be in a complete sentence. So now next question is name the northernmost airport of India. Northernmost airport of India is Delhi. Delhi is the northernmost airport of India. Okay. Now we see the next map. See, in this map, we can see that there is a no particular question given in this map. Just this map is given, and the question is you have to write. You have to write on this map. You have to comment on this map. You have to write few points on this map. This is the question. Okay. So now you can write it point wise. It is a point wise. Now see, since you are filling point wise, comment on the population density. So now just see this map you can see here. This map shows the population density of India. Color shades are again given. Dark color indicates the maximum populated in parts or states. And differentiation is exactly in states. And as the color gets faint or we can say low shades, the population is less. Initially, that we have seen in case of rainfall, same condition. Now, first point you can write that what is actually the map about. What is actually the map about? Okay, so it map shows the population density of India. Okay, in India, population is very uneven distributed. You can also write this statement. Uneven distributed means what? In some parts, you can see the population density is very high. That are the dark red in color. And in some parts, the population is less. In some part it is more, some part it is less. So it is called as an uneven distribution. Northern and southern part of India densely populated. For example, UP, dense population है north और south में. UP है, पंजाब है, हरियाणा है, बिहार है, केरला है, तमिलनाडु है. यहाँ पर पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी, वेस्ट बंगाल भी है, पॉपुलेशन बहुत ज़्यादा है. कंपैरेटिवली महाराष्ट्र, उड़ीसा, गुजरात जो है ये मॉडरेटली पॉपुलेटेड है. कर्नाटक है, उड़ीसा है, आसाम भी है, ये मॉडरेटली पॉपुलेटेड है. ओके, और राजस्थान, एमपी ये जो है ये लेस पॉपुलेटेड, मतलब पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी कम है. मीन्स लेस मतलब up to 100 to 250 number of people per square kilometer, like that. And lowest population density in Gujarat, it is in it is observed in Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, again here Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Uttarakhand. The population density is very low there. So these are the points regarding population density of India. The population density is very varied and uneven distribution of population density is observed. So in this case, you don't get any question regarding the map. Just you have to observe the map and you have to comment on it. So you can start writing by the name of the map, what this map actually shows. So this map shows the population density of India. And then state wise you can perfectly write. अब सब states के spelling इस map में दिए हैं. So then don't make any spelling mistake in writing the name of this states. Okay, and perfectly also you can write the perfect reading also. Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Bihar, West Bengal. The population is more than 500% per square kilometer. You can write like this also. You can write it very specific also. So these are the three maps we have studied in this lecture. Okay. So in same way, there are also Brazil like maps, same pattern. Initially, we have seen of India map. If you are having any doubt, please ask. This question is very important. This is a compulsory question you get in the exam regarding the map. So that is why we have discussed in detail different types of maps. And if you studied this map, it is very simple to comment on this map and write questions related to map. You can get good answers and good marks. Okay. Yes, Harshala ma'am. Hello, Harshala ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. By end of the lecture.